If you're a retired teacher and you've thought about ways to make extra money in retirement while still enjoying your life and not being full-time in the classroom, this video is for you today, and it's dedicated to all of the amazing retired teachers who have put their time in and they're ready to live their best life, but they're also ready for a side business and to make a little bit of extra money. I get messages from retired teachers from time to time, and let me tell you, they are my favorite people to talk to. If you know me and you've been here for a little bit, then you know my dad is a retired teacher and one of my favorite people in the entire world. We spend a lot of time together, and I love talking to retired teachers in general because they have so much wisdom and perspective on things, and they have paved the way for teachers like me who are in the thick of their teaching career and trying to make the best of their job. So thank you for everything that you have done. The messages that I often get are, should I start a TPT store or should I start tutoring? Or they'll message me about either one since I help with both of those things in my business. So I'm going to break down for you today as a retired teacher which option is going to be better for you, Teachers Pay Teachers or tutoring, and I'll give you some reasons why and a little bit of homework that you can figure out on your own what's going to be best for you, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one doing the job and you have to love it, because if you don't love it, you're not going to want to keep doing it. You already did your time teaching, so this needs to be enjoyable and an enhancement to your life and not something that takes from your daily life. Let's start with Teachers Pay Teachers. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, it's a platform where teachers can sell their teaching resources online. Likely you as a teacher have created so many things over the years and you have used them in your own classroom and you just might not have known that you could sell them. So the first step to figuring out if TPT is going to be the way to go for you is you're going to go to a website called Canva. So go to canva.com. And it's free to set up. That's what I like about it. You can just get the free account. That's what I would recommend to start with. And I would open some kind of a template, something that looks familiar to you, maybe something that's actual paper sized, or type in something worksheet that's related to something you like to teach. And from there, you're going to play around with it, the fonts, the images, the different colors, and see if you actually like doing that. Within 15 to 20 minutes, you're going to be able to tell if you like the technology aspect of TPT or if you don't like it. And I would say it's kind of just a gut feeling. If you're like, yes, I love being creative and using my brain this way and I can figure out the technology as I go along. Or if you're like, I hate this. I'm an anchor chart pencil paper person. I do not want to do this. This is going to be such a headache for me to learn. Then you know. So really, it's as simple as that. Just opening up Canva and deciding if you like the technology piece. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if you don't like it, then you're not going to keep up with it. I think if you do like it and it's still a little bit tricky for you, that's okay. You can still work with that. But if you hate it, then it's not going to be fun or enjoyable. So let me know in the comments below if you're a technology person, if you really thrived with technology when you were in the classroom, or if it was a struggle for you. I'd like to hear. No shame in it. I mean, if you recently retired, when you first started teaching, there were overhead projectors. We didn't use cell phones. I mean, so much has changed. So my dad retired in 2006, and at that time when he retired, he was still using an overhead. So I completely get it, and we didn't have smartphones. So things have changed. You just have to determine what you like working with, and you might really like making digital products, and that will be a super great path for you. Now, the other option I'm going to talk about is tutoring. So even if you liked TPT and the technology piece was awesome, you could still do tutoring too. So you might want to pay attention to this part. But if you didn't like the Canva experiment, then you're definitely probably headed towards tutoring. So the reason I like tutoring for any retired teacher, one, you're using skills you already have. That is such a win-win. You spent years and years in the classroom honing those skills as a teacher, and it's going to be second nature to you to actually work with kids one-to-one. And you're probably going to really enjoy it because you might miss kids after you stepped out of the classroom, and you might have had really big class sizes where you didn't get to enjoy one-to-one with students. That's my favorite thing about teaching. In the classroom, I love my job, but I don't get to work with kids one-to-one very often. And I think you'll really enjoy that too as a retired teacher, being able to have a space and a time where you get to focus on that one kid or a small group of kids, a pod that you're tutoring. so much more effective in that time that you have with no interruptions and nobody telling you what you have to do. You get to be in charge. That's another part of tutoring that I just absolutely love, and I think you will too. Another way to determine if you think you'll like tutoring is that you did really enjoy working with kids in the classroom. If you're looking for a side hustle in retirement and you didn't actually like kids, then tutoring is probably not going to be the best fit for you. But tutoring is great because let's say you only have 10 hours a week in retirement that you want to dedicate to tutoring. You could tutor a handful of kids and make pretty decent money. I have a whole tutoring playlist here on YouTube, and I talked about this in some recent videos, but this might be the first time that you've seen one of my videos. Let's say you're charging $75 an hour, just as a number of a highly qualified teacher, and you have a handful of kids, 3 to 5, that you're working with. Let's say 5, 2 hours a week each. That's 10 hours a week total. We're looking at around $1,000 a week. Times that by 4 weeks and a month, you're looking at $4,000 a month. And that could really supplement your income and propel you to do more things like go on those trips that you never were able to do because you were busy teaching or raising your own kids. So the money is really great in tutoring, and that's one pro of tutoring versus teachers pay teachers, is that tutoring can put money in your pocket the day you do it. TPT is more of a long game, and creating products will pay off down the road. If you follow a proven plan and you're successful, it will pay off. But it might be a little bit of time. I can't guarantee you a time. That wouldn't be ethical. Could it happen in a week? Absolutely. Might it be 3 months? Could be. But with tutoring, you could get paid the day that you do the services. I've worked with tons of retired teachers, whether it were in Tutorpreneur Academy or From Zero to Cha-Ching, my 2 different courses on both, one TPT, one growing your tutoring business. And I can say that they are so quick to pick up things and just really enjoy the process because they're living their best life. And I hope you are too. And just know that there is the perfect side hustle for you that you can manage with the time that you have and giving the time that you actually want to give while still enjoying your life. And I hope that I've conveyed that in this video. So let me know down below, what did you decide? Are you a Teachers Pay Teachers retired teacher, or are you a tutoring retired teacher? Let me know. And remember that I have lots of resources for you. So if TPT was the way that you want to go, I have a free 4-day challenge, and I'll leave the link below. It'll get you started, and you'll have the first 4 steps just done and dusted. But if you wanted to go the tutoring route, I also have a free 10-step guide that you can download right now. So I'll put that down below. You can grab whichever one suits your fancy. I would pick one to start, and you can always add on the other one later. I talk about this a lot, but TPT and tutoring are the perfect marriage of teacher side hustles, and you can create products for your tutoring clients and then sell them on TPT. But I would focus on one to start. Keep the main thing, and don't overwhelm yourself. And I can't wait to see which business you build for your retired teacher self while living your best life. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.